you don't need another New Year's resolution. It's not going to work anyway, because those are just things we make up in our mind. Now, I'm not saying that New Year's resolutions are a bad idea. I'm saying you don't need a New Year's resolution. We make resolutions for many different reasons. Goals, to get excited, to have something to rally around. And all of that's good. But I want to let you know something that you may have forgotten. You're already enough. Where you are right now, you're already enough. What I mean by that is this: everything you need is inside of you. And the more we try to chase outside of ourselves, nothing wrong with having goals and dreams and aspirations. But the more we try to chase outside of ourselves to get back to ourselves, the longer that path's just going to take, the more resolutions we'll have to create. We'll find ourselves at the drawing board over and over and over again. I want to take a moment and just remind you who you are. Now, I know each of us are individuals, but this is what I do know. Number one, you're a creator. You actually have the ability to create what happens in your life. You don't believe me? Well, look at what you already have. You created that by either not using your creative skills and accepting what came your way, or using your creative skills and able to brag and be super thankful for what you've brought into your life. So remembering that you are a creator is something that you have to spend time with, nurture, and begin working your magic, shall I say. Practicing it, utilizing it, seeing where it can take you, trying it out. That whole world of intention, yeah, it's real because you're a creator. The second thing I want you to know is you're in charge of your health. None of us are subject to the things that are around us. Yes, a lot of the food quality is trash at best. And yes, there are people who do this and do that. But at the end of the day, you are the one who has the ability to make better choices. And so when we think about your health, that begins with your choices. And I want you this year to really focus on every time I eat, why am I eating it? Why am I choosing that for my diet today? What's missing? What's driving me in that direction? And then when you find out what it is, do the work. Well, what work? Find out if what you're consuming is going to add value to you, that's going to help you get back to the thing you're trying to create. If it's not going to help you in your creation process, guess what's going to happen? It's going to slow you down, pull you back, and make you feel discouraged, disappointed. So, hey, you're a creator. What you choose with your health, it's up to you. And last but not least, there are many things that I could easily come up with. You are love. You are. All of us are. We come from love. That's what we are at our essence. But there's so many things that get in the way. Our fears, the news, what we heard that she said, that he said about what she said. And the reality is that we don't spend enough time with ourselves. Number one, getting to know ourselves, learning to like ourselves, and learning to love ourselves. If we just actually did that, not I love me. Now that's something we throw out. But I mean like really loved you. All of you. That was one of the greatest gifts I've ever received when I learned that there is no good or bad Marquise. There's just Marquise. And I learned to love him and who he is, who he's been, who he's becoming, and it's all beautiful. But that'll change you. So really focus on that. When you've done that, it then makes it easier to love everybody else around you. Because what you realize is we're not that different. We have so much in common that no matter what the media tells me about African American men or terrorists from Muslim religion, that's all hogwash. That is not reality. It's not the truth. The truth is what we spend time with, what we learn in our experience. And even when we're in our experience, if we just so happen to bump into someone who's of a particular faith or particular nationality, and we don't have a good experience, that's no different than it being with someone we are familiar with. But we forget that because we don't spend enough time loving and thinking. I'm gonna give you one more bonus. My father used to always say to us, if I could just get you to think. So this year, I don't want you to read information and think, or derive your thinking from the information you've read or watched on social media. I want you to just think. And then when you've thought, think some more. Reading does help. Talking to other people, hearing your ideas out, it does help. But one of the coolest ways to really find out if your thinking is expanding is start interacting with people who don't agree with you, who don't think like you think. I know that goes against popular belief right now. Be around the people that's like you and you're going to get better. Well, that's all great, true, and helpful. But you don't just get better by being around people that are like you. That's how cults are started. That's why it's so easy to rule people. Because we all think that when we think alike, it's wonderful. But that's just not true. Challenge yourself. Get to know some people who don't think the way you think, who don't act the way you act, and just be open. This is the Monday Moment. Ciao.